Hi, this is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and today's project involves the brand new colors of Distress Oxides that I'm so excited about, along with Fab Flowers and the Bold Alphabet die set from Alta New. So here are some of the new colors. I'm so excited. They're so fun. They're so bright. And that is a 5x5 inch piece of Elizabeth Craft Designs 100-pound soft finish cardstock in white. And so now I've stuck down Seedless Preserve, Salty Ocean. This is Twisted Citron, Mermaid Lagoon, and then picked raspberry. I'm putting down on my craft sheet. And then I'm going to spray it with my Distress sprayer to just get kind of a fine mist of water across the whole thing. And you notice that they kind of bead up into little droplets. And I'm just going to smush my cardstock down onto that. And it creates this like very abstract, very funky, just sort of messy background. And then they kind of, like, you can see that gray there that's created when it kind of all mixed together. They create new colors, and it can be kind of a mess. If you have worked with Distress Oxides at all and done this technique, you will know that that first layer is usually not the greatest. It's a good base, but it's really the layers that you add on top of it that create the really cool background effect. And so you can see I dried it, and now I'm just sticking it down again. And when you do it after it's dry, you can often just pick up the droplets like that are created when you spray the Distress Oxides, just as like little dots on your background. So that's a really, really fun effect. Now in the end, I kind of lose most of those dots, but there have been other times where I have kept a lot of the dots, and it's a really fun, cool effect. And here I'm just putting down Twisted Citron, Salty Ocean, and picked raspberry again because I wanted to get more of those colors on. It felt like there was a lot of Seedless Preserves and Mermaid Lagoon going on. And now to really mix it up, I decided I was going to do something crazy and add some wild honey and abandoned coral, which on top of the dark colors seemed a little bit kooky, but I like to experiment. So that's what I did, and I absolutely loved what happened. The wild honey especially, I think, added was like that cool like orangey yellow color. It's just really pretty and added a really cool effect and layer on top of everything that was going on to create the super colorful, really, really abstract background that I was going for. And there it is really quickly. So after that was dry, I decided I wanted to use the stencil. And this is the Dotty stencil from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And I am going to do a funky effect with gel medium and glitter on top of this. So my blue tape isn't really cooperating, but you get the idea. I've taped it down, so it's fairly flat. And now I'm taking my Faber-Castell gel medium, and I'm going to spread it over the stencil using a small palette knife, and it'll fill in the holes. And then once I've got some of it on there, I'm going to stick a big glob down, and then I'm going to just sprinkle some Elizabeth Craft Designs cool diamond glitter on top of that and basically mix it into the gel medium. So I've done this technique in the past where I have spread the gel medium first, pulled off the stencil, and then sprinkled the glitter on top of it, and that works really well too. You mostly see just the glitter then. With this, what you're doing is getting a glitter paste. Basically, you're creating your own glitter paste. So you can do this with any color glitter, and it's really fun. But this is clear. So cool diamond is clear. The gel medium is clear. So it's going to be a very subtle yet glittery effect over this very colorful background. Like, I really wanted the colorful background to be the star. I just wanted this kind of subtle dotted effect on top of it. And it was kind of an experiment. I wasn't really sure it was going to happen, and I just wanted to see how it would turn out. And now that glob of extra glitter paste over there on the right, I did take that and just spread that onto some colored cardstock, and that's kind of cool too. And so I will probably use that later in a different project. Now here is the Bold Alphabet die set from Alta New, and hopefully you can see some of the glittery dots there going now that it's dry. And so I'm putting the word hello down. And these letters are kind of, well, they're large. And that's what I love about it. Like, I've wanted this die set forever. And I finally was able to purchase it. It's not inexpensive, but I think it's well worth it because it's I don't know, the letters are just so big. Like I couldn't find any dies that were this large that weren't even more expensive than what these are. Like I know Sizzix makes some cool ones. But I just really liked sort of the modernness of this font and its simplicity. So I'm spacing the letters out. I'm using the I as sort of the second L there so that I can run it through my die cut machine and have them evenly spaced. And then I'll bring it back and put the L in again in that hole because you only get one of each letter in this die set. And the other fun thing about this is that you get the positive and the negative. So I'm going to use the negative space on this card, but I'm also going to have the positive space of the letters that I could use on a different card. And really cool, really fun. I love the effect of the like super crazy colorful background cut out in the letters. Like they look sort of tie-dyed and funky. So I thought that was really fun. And then I'm going to use my paper tape again here to stick down the second L and cut that out. And so then I have my hello completely done. And super easy. And it really, you know, it's the focal point of the card. It takes up almost the entire front of the card. And that's what I wanted. Super easy, super quick. Now for my card base, I've cut another piece of 100-pound cardstock at 5 1/4 by 10 1/2, and I'm just scoring it and folding it in half to create a 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch card base. So now I'm going to adhere down my Distress Oxide panel to the front of that with my ATG gun. Now, if I'd thought about it at the time, I should have put some liquid adhesive on the like bits between the letters, but I was thinking I wouldn't need to when I initially did this, but I was wrong. Especially that little piece sticking up between the H and the E. Like those are just sort of totally like random and free and unadhered. So it was important that I got those adhered down. And then I'm sticking down the middle back into the O. And then there's a little piece that goes in the top of the E that I'm going to stick down as well with my Quickie glue pen. And then I'm going to also adhere down in between the L's, in between the L and the O, and that piece that's sticking up on the H. It wasn't too bad to just do it this way. It really didn't take any time at all. It's just a little tricky to stick it underneath there, but it worked. So I would say if you want to do something similar, put some liquid adhesive down first before you stick that down. Now I knew I needed a little extra for the front of this card, so I stamped and die cut some of the Fab Flowers from the Fab Flowers Lawn Fawn stamp set, Stamp and Dies. I stamped them in coordinating colors of Distress Oxide. So if you're interested in the specific colors I used, I will have that information listed on the blog post, which is linked in the video description. And supplies are also linked in the video description as well. Now that orangey flower looked a little flat to me, so I decided to grab my Tonic Nouveau glitter drops. This is White Blizzard. So it's clear with glitter in it, and I'm just sticking that kind of over the dots in the details stamp part of the stamp set, and then I'm doing it on the centers of the other flowers as well, and I'll adhere those down with some double-sided adhesive, and the card is complete. And hopefully you can see that stencil-y effect with the gel medium. When I did it at first, I thought maybe that was really unnecessary and I didn't need to do it, but I actually love the effect. It's super glittery and really, but also subtle. Like you can kind of see the glittery effect there, and it's a little unexpected, especially with that really funky, really colorful background going on. So I kind of liked it. It was kind of an additional layer that did something cool to that card. And I can't say enough about the new colors of Distress Oxides. I absolutely love them. Brights are my thing, so they're perfect for me. If you have not used Distress Oxides yet, I have to tell you, you need to get some because they're amazing. I just can't say enough good stuff about them, and I'm not being paid to say that or anything. But thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Here are 2 more videos that show the Fab Flowers stamp set in much greater detail, like we actually show stamping it and how you use it in a lot more detail if you're interested in that. As always, thanks so much. You can find more from me on my blog, blacksheep303.com. Have a great day.